at the GMEA Middle School Timpani Etude. So the first thing I notice, I've got accented forte and an accented roll, decrescendoing down to mezzo piano. Okay, so what I'm going to do, you can, it sounds nice to leave a little bit of space after that accent on the roll and then come right back in. So just almost like a one stroke of space. Okay, instead of just going, you're kind of overpowering the drum a little bit. It kind of makes the accent a little more present if you give it just a touch of space. And then it kind of helps you start with a decrescendo. Just don't make sure you don't come back in too soft. You've got to come back in at forte and decrescendo. I'm going to go ahead and mute that rest on beat 4 just to give me a clean attack coming into the second measure. Then crescendo back up to forte. They're kind of vague there about what exactly they want you to crescendo up to. I'm inferring that it's forte, given the accents and all that. So from mezzo piano all the way up. When we play our forte piano roll, you want to hit, let the drum ring for just a second, and then come back in. Okay, don't immediately come back in, because it doesn't let it get all the way down the piano, and it kind of chokes the drum off a little bit. So I'm going to hit, I'm going to have a nice good upstroke, and then I'm going to come back in soft. Okay, and that's what we got for the slow section. So for the fast section, we start mezzo forte. We want to make sure that we're not starting too loud. We got to have room to grow later when we get to forte, okay? So nice medium volume. I am going to mute the 16th and the 8th rest in measure 7, just to give clean attacks in between each of those phrases. So the first 4 bars. And then a decrescendo there. I'm treating the rolls as separated. I'm putting just a little bit of space between the end of the roll and the next note that it has. Instead of tying it all the way there. You got a decrescendo at measure 8, and then another roll passage going into triplets. You can put a little bit of sauce on that, on those rolls, just a little bit of swell and back down, just to give it a little bit of musicality. Then when I get into the triplet phrase, I am going to mute. Given at the tempo that we're at, we are able to mute here. Ending accented forte, okay? Then, again, you can leave a little bit of space on this accented roll in measure 14. Make sure that you're giving yourself enough time to get down to piano. We're only going down a couple dynamic levels here, forte down to piano, so you want to make sure that you're not getting too soft too quick. By the time I hit the second measure, measure 15, I'm only going to be somewhere between mezzo forte and mezzo piano, but I'm not going to be all the way down to piano. I want to wait until measure 16 where I hit piano. So something like this. Note that I'm muting the quarter rest there. When I hit measure 16, I've got some staccatos, so I want to make sure that I'm muting those. But both drums. Accent, up, up. Then we got a forte piano passage for the first time, okay? So I'm going to hit that. I'm not going to stay down there too long, but I am going to stay down there enough to recognize that it is piano. Okay? Back to some syncopated 16th phrases. 1 and yeah, right? Okay? Then measure 21, we got accents in them. So making sure that we are giving ourselves enough room. Our forte is not so loud. We're kind of assuming again here at measure 20 that we're going to come back up to forte. Making sure that we're not so loud that we don't have room to play the accents. The accent should be the loudest thing that we play at forte, but still producing a good sound. Okay? So starting at measure 20, taking it to the end. Actually, I'll start back at 19 at the forte piano. Choosing not to mute the 16th rest. It's just a little too quick at the tempo to get it really clean. So we'll leave that open. Same with the 16th rest at measure 21. And then come a little bit under forte, maybe around mezzo piano, mezzo forte, on the crescendo towards the end of measure 21. Just to give it a little bit extra movement. When you do crescendo, it's a little bit more impactful to start just a little bit under. Then accented forte all the way to the end.